What's up, Internet? Man, I regret asking George Lucas to sell LucasArts. I also regret talking about Anakin as the chosen one. Those are both my theories. I used to say Anakin was the chosen one. And I also was one of the people pushing Lucas to sell LucasArts, like, the years leading up to when he actually did it. I used to just make fun of him and say he was bad. I don't know. It was like it was really just a reflection of Jar Jar. It was just like, why are you making a kids movie? You making a movie for kids? I mean, here's how I see like sci-fi. Sci-fi is a exploration of what we're going into in the future as people do go to space, and so making it about the light side and the dark side wasn't enough. So yeah, it needed some twists like Anakin, they thought he was the chosen one, and he ended up murdering everyone. But making him the chosen one, after all, just makes no sense. It'd be better to say he was a dark side experiment, and the Jedi got fooled by thinking that he had a high force potential because of the genetic experiments. And so they thought he was this great god, which is what you're going to encounter with the government. The government's breeding superhumans, like psychic superhumans, people who are going to feel amazing to look at, right? And if you get fooled by that, you'll do anything they want, which will include your dooms. So it's important that you don't fall for the chosen one thing, and it's important you don't believe someone just because they seem to be gifted by fate. That whole, like, I'm gifted by fate thing can be rigged. That's also why I made that video talking about why Obi-Wan was a Palpatine plant. It's very considered. I understand that these shows are an exploration of our thoughts and dreams, and I also understand that we're going to carry these archetypes forward, and I would rather have us a little more cautious than really trusting things. So yeah, I refuse, even if they had canon, even if there was a canonical explanation that Anakin was just like a truly gifted one. How dare you? He killed all those younglings. He killed all those kids. The creator of Naruto had said that Itachi is definitely a bad guy, which I agree with. I don't think you can take what Itachi did and ever make him a good guy. He's not somebody you can trust, right? He's gonna hurt you, right? And that's who Anakin was. And he was that way as just a fundamental nature, his fundamental nature, you know. Making Anakin the chosen one is excusing all the murders. It really is. It's saying, that's fine. The Sith, the lower Sith will kill his master. That's what happens. And that's what he did. And that doesn't mean he had a turn. It doesn't mean he had a redemption for taking out the Emperor. The prophecy is going to bring balance to the Force was just about Sidious. Yeah, right. Darth Sidious wasn't that powerful. It's more likely that the Jedi had forbidden sensual love, and they didn't have a nice interpersonal relationship. They were too grounded in the law and what should be done, that they were wearing like basic robes and stuff. They used lightsabers powered by batteries. Really? None of you can channel the Force to activate a Kyber crystal? You need a fucking battery to do that. Oh, So, yeah, Anakin was not the chosen one. I know they may say it, but I was one of the people who asked for that. Two things that I asked for way back when that happened was I asked for Anakin to be the chosen one because I had Jesus in my brain. And then I asked for George Lucas to sell his rights, which he did, unfortunately. I wish I knew I had that influence on you. You should have just hired me. You guys can see my art. You can hear what I talk about. I've always had an offer that someone could show up and be like, let's work together. A few people have tried. There are a few people who've tried. But I'm waiting for like a really serious collaboration offer. Like we're really doing a serious studio project. We want my input. I would gladly show up and do that. Um, Listening to me, you listened to me, and then immediately I regretted it. I was like, man, Anakin's not the chosen one. See, when you grew up with Jesus being the truth, then you're looking for other Jesus likes. And it's kind of like telling that people are willing to cry over a super murderer just for him being the chosen one, which is definitely indicative of mental problems. It's huge mental problems that you excused murdering everybody because fate had a wink, right? That's not right. You should say Anakin was a Darksider. Darksiders choose themselves. People who strike off all goodness and choose to just be dastards. Um, you know, the, he was not the chosen one. He was a Sith. A genetic experiment. See, Obi-Wan beat a lot of Darksiders with high midichlorian counts because it doesn't matter. It's just an experiment. But it's the indication of an experiment that it showed up in his DNA. He wasn't Anakin wasn't the chosen one. Like he was mysteriously gifted. No one knew why he was so good. He just was. He was gifted by like engineering and rigging. So if you would rig his DNA to be excessively powerful, you would definitely rig his DNA to be a bastard. He had to rage and destroy and disobey because that's how he was made. So, yeah, I do not allow Anakin to be the chosen one. He killed too many people, and you worry me. You worry me that you think that's okay.